So we're back with another board game for Rants Review. This time we're checking out 2001: A Space Odyssey, the board game from Maestro Games. This is also part of the Stanley Kubrick game collection, which is interesting. Let's open this up and talk a little bit more about the game. If you haven't seen the film, the general idea is that a long time ago on Earth there was specifically a monolith that we discovered, and then another one was found on another planet. And so this is an expedition to discover what the meaning of what it means to be human, because we're trying to find out what that other monolith does and why it's there and who would have placed it. And at the same time, the machine that is on the ship after a mistake basically realizes that humanity is too volatile to be left alive, because the artificial intelligence decides that this mission is too important to leave it in human hands, and begins killing the human passengers with malfunctions on the ship of Discovery 1. So this game right here specifically is a one versus everyone type of game, where one of the players at the table is going to specifically be playing HAL 9000, the ship's computer, which is cool. And then the rest will basically be the team of astronauts on the ship and scientists trying to go through the process. As the game proceeds, the player playing HAL will specifically be playing cards for the purposes of shutting down and causing malfunctions in sections of the ship, while the crew will be running around trying to specifically stop and cut off HAL's connections to certain parts of the ship. That way, basically keeping themselves safe and alive. Got this deck here. Got this deck here. And then we've got a draw, discard, and trash pile. As well as a silicate packet. Be careful with those. You don't want to get anyone hurt. And then you have some cutout pieces specifically for the ship, tokens and player tokens to go through as well. And these appear to be player cards. So we got Dr. Frank Poole. Your hand size is 7 or 5 if the memory system is terminated. Your mem repair cards remove 2 malfunctions each. Then we have Dr. Peter Whitehead. HAL may not choose you when playing a scan card. You may use any repair card to remove 1 malfunction from any system. We got Dr. Victor Kaminsky. You may draw 1 card at the end of your turn in Pod Bay and HAL Core. Your comm repair cards remove 2 malfunctions each. Dr. Dave Bowman. I can't do that, Dave. While taking actions, a crew member on your space may give you 1 card. Your LIF repair cards remove 2 malfunction cards each. Dr. Charles Hunter. Once per turn when moving, you may move through a closed door, 1 through 6. Your Grav repair cards remove 2 malfunctions each. And then it appears on player's turn, they can move 2 spaces and then take actions. May only do each one per turn. Give 1 card to a member in your space. Repair. Play any number of repair cards to move malfunctions, must be at a corresponding system. Open. Play 1 open door card to open a closed door adjacent to you. Cancel. Play 1 cancel card to discard a revealed HAL card. Must be in Pod Bay or HAL Core. Recover. Play 1 recover card. Take a card from the discard pile. Must be at a picture phone. Disconnect. Play 3 logic cards in sequence. Move HAL marker close down. Must be at HAL core. And then draw. At the end of turn, may draw cards as listed in your space. Your hand size is 6. And then on the back side here, each crew member player takes a corresponding crew member board in front of them and places the corresponding crew member standee on the pod bay space. One player must take the role of Dr. Dave Bowman, the red player. So if you're playing with a smaller crew, one player always has to play Dr. Dave Bowman. Randomly select one crew member to go first. They take the first player monolith standee. Shuffle the crew member cards and place them face down draw pile next to the draw discard trash card in reach of all crew members. Each crew member draws 2 cards in their hands. Cards in hands are always kept secret. So yeah. Now this board right here is the HAL board, which is a very, very kind of closed off one, gives you information about it. Choose one player to be HAL. They take the HAL screen and stand up in front of them. Shuffle the HAL cards and place the face down draw pile under the draw space of the HAL screen. The HAL player draws 6 HAL cards in their hands. They may choose 3 to place face up in front of the HAL screen. The HAL player must always have 3 cards in front of their screen. To start the game, HAL takes multiple turns in a row based on the number of crew members in the game. 2 crew members you take 4, 3 you take 3, 4 you take 2. For the rest of the game, HAL takes 1 turn after each crew member turn. On HAL's turn, HAL plays 1 card, either one of the unrevealed cards they hold or one of the revealed cards in front of the HAL screen. Played cards will either be placed on the discovery board, the discard pile, or the trash pile. The face-down HAL card discard pile will be formed on the discard area, and it may never be looked through. The face-up HAL trash pile will form on the trash space, and this is open information to all players. After drawing a card, the HAL player immediately draws a new card. After playing a card, the HAL player immediately draws a new card from the HAL draw pile into their hand. If the space is available in the reveal portion of HAL's hand, the HAL player must then choose a card from their hand to place face up in front of the HAL screen. If the HAL draw pile is exhausted and a card needs to be drawn from it, a new draw pile is formed by shuffling the discard pile. The HAL trash is never shuffled. So this would be something you would place on the board. This is your HAL trash, and this is your draw discard pile for this deck. You have your draw, your discard, and then you have your trash. Cards face up. And in this deck, you have cards that will allow you to play at the memory system. Discard 1 memory malfunction card that's there. So these are all repair cards. Then you have login terminal. Trash this logic card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And these again are cards you're playing on sections. These are open door manual override cards. And that's all the player's deck. When this is revealed, crew members may not communicate or give cards. Choose one crew member. They must choose one card in their hand, reveal it to all the players, and discard it. Nice. Target. Choose a crew member and name a card. If they have it in their hand, they must discard it. Close a door. Oof. Close door 1, close door 2, close door 3, 4, 5, 6. Pod bay. Ooh, pod bay. These are malfunction cards. Play the memory system. If there are 4 cards there, terminate it. Calm, same thing. Grab, malfunction. Life, malfunction. Nice. In the game, you'll take these pieces here and you'll place them in their appropriate place on the board. These can be affected by HAL and the players alike. The Discovery 1 standee is just for fun and not really a component of the game. You might just want to have that aside, or you can put it in the game if you want to have it next to you. It's not really necessary. With regards to these tokens here, the number tokens, these are actually the doors. So as Hal will close doors, he will place that there to indicate you can't travel through those spaces, that door is locked. However, you can place another token that will basically allow you to open the doors, and then that would flip that back over to white. So you're going to hold on to all of those tokens, including the pod bay doors, next to Hal. And this is the monolith token, which literally just indicates that you're going first. But they did do something really cool and interesting with it that I don't know if it will come across. On the backside here, in a just off paint, is the scene where the monkey is hitting the ground with the bone to form the first tool, which is really interesting. So as we said earlier, if you're playing with players, you have to take at least one of them as the red player, and then you have the other one as the green player. All player characters start off in the pod bay. Only one crew member can be in the pod bay, the pod itself, per turn. No one can have more than one, and that's where you actually edit the life systems. The way the game will work is the actual Hal will play cards to specifically shut down systems. For instance, like they'll play those cards, and if it's not removed before 4 of them is played, then that device is shut down. And they have massive effects. For instance, when you go to the Pictophone, you normally have draw 2. Now, while this is terminated, you can only draw 1. Additionally, the Grav crew members move 2 spaces. That'll be adjusted to crew members move 1 space. Memory hand size is 6. Hand size is now reduced to 5. So you can see that will have a permanently effect on the game. Whereas crew members, just shuffle these up real quick. Normally you would keep their hands private, but because we're just there, we'll just be as it was. And then Hal's token will go here. The players will win the game specifically by getting Hal reduced down three times. Once it's reduced down 3 times, Hal is shut down and deactivated. Hal wins by shutting down 3 systems or ever the life support. If life support is shut down, instantly it's done. But it does require more malfunctions on life supports to be able to shut that one down. On Hal's turn, he draws his hand, which is a little larger than players. But Hal has to keep certain cards visible to the players and can keep the other cards close to his hand. Draw on one side, discard on the other, and you keep your hands hidden on the inside. So generally the way the game will play, Hal gets to have on his turn, because there's only 2 players, 4 actions, but he gets to take a turn after every player. Which, by the way, when Hal plays a card from his hand, he then has, from the area there, he has to draw it, and then he gets to draw his hand back up. This is really about working together to specifically stop Hal from being able to do massive damage on the ship and therefore defeat you all at the same time. You're trying to collect cards to build up the terminal logic. You need to have cards in order, so when you're on your turn, you could move into the Hal's core and you could play in sequence. So 10, 11, 12 is enough. These cards get trashed. They're out of the game, cannot be accessed again. And now Hal would move down. As a result, Hal would have to discard a card from his hand because his hand limit would go from 6, 3 revealed, 3 hidden, down to 5. And so on and so forth until you're actually able to shut him down. It's not going to be an easy one. I'm not long, but you get the general idea. It's all about trying to move through the space, keep doors open, reopen doors, access certain areas, repair systems, and clear out malfunctions being played by Hal with just enough to get these cards to then be able to possibly shut down Hal. It's very much like the movie. It seems really balanced towards Hal. Each level you're basically moving around, and it does make it really difficult to start with 2 players and then to have to keep track and keep fighting things off as Hal keeps putting more and more down. But still, it's a really solid game, and I do like the fact that the game does have specifically spots in the board for the cards, so it's easy to pack it up when all is done. You just place those in their specific places, including that. These cards easily just go here. And then you can put all the tokens and standees all in this section here. The board itself will simply rest on top with the player cards. It is a really cool concept for a board game and a lot more high concept than you normally get with your family everyday board game. It's a really cool option for people who like a little bit more sci-fi and a lot more strategy. Hope you guys like this. Hope you guys pick this up, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.